Hello, Coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with this report claiming that RFEF President Luis Rubiales, that is the president of the Spanish Football Federation, reproaches President of Barcelona, Joan Laporta, for confronting referee in locker room after El Clasico. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then secondly, talking about former Barcelona forward and PSG superstar Neymar Jr. as he recently confirms snubbing Real Madrid for Barcelona as he said, "I followed my heart." So guys, before we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch the video right up to the very end. President of the Royal Spanish Football Federation, Luis Rubiales, has confirmed that he talked to President Joan Laporta after the Barcelona president went down to approach referee Sanchez Martinez in his locker room after his side's 3-1 defeat at the hands of Real Madrid over the weekend. Laporta entered the referee's locker room after the game at the Bernabeu to demand an explanation as to why his side was not awarded a penalty. The incident he was referring to involve Robert Lewandowski and Real Madrid Dani Carvajal. In the 75th minute of the game, the Spanish fullback knocked down Lewandowski in what was seen as a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Despite Barcelona's heavy protest, Martinez decided to carry on and even warned Xavi after the Barcelona manager decided to ask for an explanation. In an interview with El Patadizo, the president of the Spanish Football Federation, Rubiales, said that Laporta was so wrong to go to the referee's locker room. He said, "Of course, the presidents called me to explain about the VAR and the wants and the vents. I spoke with Joan Laporta yesterday because he knows it's not good to go down to a referee's locker room. I think it's wrong that he went down and told him," he explained. Meanwhile, Rubiales also said that he is totally against the idea of the Super League. He said, "I am totally against it. It would not, it would do bestial damage to football." Also acknowledging the allegations regarding his relationship with Barca defender Gerard Piqué, Rubiales said that the latter was not paid to a single euro during the Spanish Super Cup in Saudi Arabia. He said, "The 4 million are paid by Saudi Arabia, not the RFEF. We have not paid Piqué a single euro. The scandal is that there is a headline that says that we take the Super Cup in Saudi Arabia for Piqué to collect the commission," he concluded. Of course, we quite remember after the Clasico, we got the reports of President Laporta not happy, going down to the locker room of the ref, telling them, confronting him about decisions made in that game, most especially the one involving Robert Lewandowski. And here we are seeing the president of the Spanish Football Federation saying that it's totally wrong. Definitely, yes, it's not ethical. And definitely the frustration that we have been going through, the president is not happy. And just barely 3 days or 4 days after the disappointing result in the game in the Champions League against Inter Milan, where we also had some issues about bad refereeing, but definitely we don't deserve to win any of those games. That's just the truth, because Barca have not been performing well lately, and it's just so frustrating when we look at the investments, look at the risk Barcelona have taken just to ensure that manager Xavi gets all his players that he wants at his disposal. A very good squad with so much depth in the squad, but nothing to show for. Of course, we understand that we have quite a couple of injuries. I think about 3 or 4 injuries, especially at the defense. But when we look at the current squad still, if Xavi claims that we're talking about depth, then definitely we still have the depth to play well and win games like Inter Milan at home, which we couldn't do. So, of course, there's a lot of room for improvement. The season just started not too long ago, but, we are feeling as though the season has gone far because of the way this week have been for us. Laporta is frustrated. It's clear. After I think the game against Inter Milan, after the game, we got reports saying that the Barca Supremo vibrated, like he was so mad on his seat, and was even he had to be calmed down by Alemany and Yuri Cruyff, and also after 4 days, Real Madrid again came and battered us 3-1. So the frustration could not be, it was unbearable. He had to go down and confront the referee for some decisions made. So yeah, it's generally frustrating. Do understand why the president is feeling that way after the risk, after the financial muscle, after everything the risk Barca went through to ensure that we go ahead to fight for trophies as soon as possible. So let's just keep our fingers crossed. The season is still long and a lot of things can happen. A lot of things can change from now to the end of the season. So Xavi needs a lot to think about in order, to make things right so that fans will be happy again. Then on to the final story of discussion. Former Barcelona forward Neymar arrived in court on Tuesday to testify in a fraud and corruption trial over his transfer from Brazilian club Santos FC to Barcelona. During the hearing, the current Paris Saint-Germain attacker explained that he does not participate in the transfer negotiations as everything is handled by his father. He only acts as per his father's command. He said, "All transfer negotiations are handled by my father. I do not participate in the negotiations. I sign what he tells me." Upon being asked about the choices he had while moving to Barcelona, Neymar admitted that their La Liga rivals Real Madrid were the closest competitor, but his dream was always to play for Barcelona. He said, "I knew about the rumors from other clubs, but my dream was to sign for Barca, and in 2013 I decided to go to Barca and leave Santos. I had options from many clubs, but my dream was always to play for Barca. Since I was a child, I wanted to play there, and I always followed my heart. I remember that I had Madrid to go to, and I don't remember others. At the last moment, it was Madrid or Barca, but my heart made me to go to Barca." Neymar moved to Barcelona from Santos in 2013, and neither the player nor the teams involved released the details of the transfer fee or personal terms. Or, it turns out, the footballer's father, who also acted as his agent, was accused of concealing the real amount of that move from an investment group that was involved in the transfer. The group in question is DIS, which was entitled, to 40% of Neymar's transfer, but they say the amount they received was a smaller compensation as the actual fee was concealed by the clubs and the agents. For now, everyone involved, including the player and former Barcelona president Sandro Rosell and Josep Maria Bartomeu, have denied any wrongdoings. The trial started on Monday, and the thing to note here is the fact that the prosecutors have accused the player and his father of corruption and fraud, and have also asked for a 5-year prison sentence apart from the obvious financial compensation. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.